What's up? What is going on? Oh man, finally we haven't had any rain. It's raining so ridiculously. It's raining so ridiculously? It's raining bad. It's raining bad in southern Texas. Oh, and not to mention it's flipping hot. Insanely hot outside. Nice Texas weather. But anyways, let's get up into this video. Finances, bad choices, whatever. Let's talk Harley Davidson and Indian motorcycles. Why the heck am I it seems like that's the only bikes I'm talking about, or companies that I'm talking about. Actually, it has been, really. I mean, they've been coming out with the new stuff and all that. Anyways, okay, so Harley Davidson apparently is in what finance people would call a little bit of trouble. You know, to me it doesn't really seem that bad, but okay. But apparently, and I really didn't see this one coming, Harley Davidson has too many 2016 models on the floors of their dealerships. And okay, I could see that is a pretty big deal. I mean, you got 2016s just sitting there. The thing is, people are buying the 2017s. That's good, right? Well, it's not good for the 2016s because they're going to be sitting there for a while. People really do enjoy the Milwaukee 8 engine, and they realize it is a far superior engine than the twin cam. I mean, it just is. Anyway, so that being said about the Milwaukee, you know, it is a far superior engine than the twin cam. I mean, there's going to be people who are like, oh no man, the twin cam this and blah 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 blah. Okay, look man, design doesn't lie. 4 valves per cylinder is a huge improvement. Let me clarify this. 4 light valves is a far superior improvement. That's just one than 2 heavy valves on your head. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. But yeah, so apparently they're in a little bit of a trouble. They're in a little bit of a pickle, as it were, because there's too many models. And Harley Davidson reported like I don't know, it was a small percentage. They I guess they profited. I don't know if it's net or whatever. I don't even know what it is, but it's like $1.1 million, $1.18 million last year, and this year so far is I think 1.10 or $1.11 million. That's a pretty big thing. I mean, that's a lot of money for me. I don't work with that many commas in my paycheck. Wait a minute. Did I just say million? I know I didn't say million, did I? If I did, let's clarify. I'm talking about billion. $1.18 billion. Maybe, possibly, well no. In 2016, you know, I was thinking in 2016, Harley Davidson was hit like with I think a $12 million fine from the EPA for, I don't remember what the heck it was for. But I mean, even with that, 2016's sales were up from this year. I mean, that's a lot of money. Like I said, I don't have a paycheck with that many commas. I don't know. Maybe some of you know a little bit more than I do. I mean, I barely know any. I just kind of came across it. I didn't really have anything to talk about. I thought that was very interesting. And, I mean, nobody wants to see a motorcycle brand leave the market. I mean, come on. It's just not fun. Then there's no competition. And that's not good. No competition is bad. If we didn't have competition, we wouldn't have so many choices in motorcycle brands. I mean, come on, how boring would it be just to have one brand? Just one brand controlling everything. I mean, they could be like, yeah, you only get this because that's the only thing we want to make, and we're going to charge you all this money for it. And we're going to make it break too at a certain mileage, blah, blah, blah. That's not cool. I mean, think about it. Because Harley Davidson is around, Japanese markets are around, and because there's not a large American motorcycle part. There was Victory. Now they're gone because of Polaris. But I just had to look at that car. That's a cool Acura. Anyways, so yeah, and now we have Indian. Now, we wouldn't have Victory if we didn't have Harley Davidson. And we wouldn't have Kawasaki, Honda, Suzuki if we did Yamaha, if we didn't have Harley Davidson. So we wouldn't have all these choices if it wasn't for Harley Davidson. But then again, we also wouldn't have Harley Davidson if it wasn't for Indian back in the day, right? There are people out there that they just despise Harley Davidson and Harley Davidson riders. Now, let's look at it from that perspective. Okay, let's say Harley Davidson went belly up. Highly unlikely. All these people, okay, let's do the comparison. A Victory rider that doesn't like Harley Davidsons. Okay, well, and let's say production was back up on Victory. Harley Davidson is no more. Well, that person that rode that Victory, most likely they didn't want a Harley Davidson because they wanted something different, so they started riding Victory. They fell in love with Victory, and they're like, I don't want to be like that Harley Davidson rider, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? You wanted the Harley Davidson to be gone. It's gone. The rider's gone. Now you took its place. So now you are that. So I like diversity. I like more than one choice. You know, sometimes more than one choice is not a good thing. But when it comes to motorcycles, oh yeah, give me all the choices, man. The problem is, I want all of them. And I want to ride all of them. You know, that's a big problem, especially for someone like myself that does not make $1 million a year, because that's what I would have to make in order to keep up my motorcycle fetish, which I say I have a fetish, but I only own 2. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so they say, analysts say Harley Davidson's doing not so good, but in the same light, they're not doing that bad. Let's look at Indian. Polaris's Indian sales are up, but I was reading some posts, and apparently when Victory was canceled, Victory sales were up more than what Indian sales are today. So I don't know what the heck Polaris was thinking there. They probably sunk their money into other things so much that they didn't really see a benefit, which could have been something very bad, because I'm seeing a lot more parts coming out for the Victory lineup. I mean, and granted, let's take into account, Victory is no longer making motorcycles. They made them for this year, and that's it. So there's parts coming out for this bike that I'm on right now. This is a 2011. And, you know, 2011 all the way up to 2017 is the exact same. But companies are making these parts for these bikes. I mean, they're coming out all the time. You know, like the bagger scene is still big, and one company that I really like is HMD 520, and they make some pretty sick Victory baggers, and that's all they do is Victory. You know, they make parts exclusively for Victory. Now, it's definitely going to change in the future. There's no way they're going to stay in business because there is no more Victory. But I've even read articles that say, you know, Victory might come back from the dead. You know, I don't think that's too likely. That would be pretty cool. You know, I really dig on Victory. But who knows? Indian came back, and that was dead for a long time. But so they're roaring back. But you know, there's going to be ups and downs in the market. I don't see Harley Davidson going anywhere, and I mean, that's that. But ride what you ride, man. Keep it Vbeast mode. and right till the wheels fall off.
This has been another random weekday video by your very own Vbeast. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, have a Vbeast day.